What's going on, you guys? Motorcycle Boss. I'm coming at you with a simple video of must-have tools, 10 must-have tools for the motorcycle DIYer. And these are off of my experience, my preferences, and what has helped me out, things I find important. So before we get started, we have to have a drink in our hands, so let's get that taken care of. Alright, so now we got our drink in our hands, so let's continue. First thing on the list, probably the most important thing you can have, zip ties. Zip ties are the duct tape of the motorcycle world. And not just sport bikes, Harleys, cruisers, sportsters, dirt bikes. Zip ties are everything. They just hold everything together. Trust me, if you ever work on one, you'll know that you need them. Number two, simple tool I couldn't live without, a front axle key. Basically, it's got it's a hexagonal shape, and it has different sizes from small to large. And over here, there's different sizes as well. And you use this to get the front axle out of your bike so that you can remove your forks or your tire or whatever. And it's always a different size. So depending on the size, this would fit in that slot, whichever side it would fit in. It might be smaller or bigger. And depending on whatever side you have, there's a 3/8 drive hole for it, so you can attach a breaker bar or a ratchet to it, and then you can crack your axle loose and tighten it back up as well. You can attach a torque wrench to it and torque it down. Very handy tool. Number three actually has a tie. It's between a multimeter and a soldering iron, which I don't have here at the moment. I was doing another project in another room. But multimeters are probably the best diagnostic tool you can possibly have. And a lot of people think all you need is a wrench, a good pair of hands, and you can fix anything. But you start running into short circuits and blown fuses, and this is where this really shines. And as long as you learn how to use it, which is not too difficult, you can make miracles happen. Number four, next thing that should be on your list, is a torque wrench. And as you can see here, I have two of them. This one is set to 20 foot-pounds of torque up to 100. And this one is measures in inch-pounds, so pretty much everything that's under 20 foot-pounds. So this can do what this can't do, and this can do what this can't do. And that's why I have two of them. They're set for different ranges. You need torque wrenches, especially being on bikes, because you have something, for instance, like your brake caliper bolts that are too loose, and your bolts could start rocking out, and then your caliper is going to be gone. Have fun trying to brake. Not just that, this is good for making sure you don't break things. As long as you keep them calibrated, watch my video on how to keep these calibrated, and you should be good to go from there. Next thing we're going to work on, something simple, very handy. One second. It's going to be motorcycle stands. So you see here I have three of them, and I have another one over there, but it's too heavy for me to pick up with all these. So very handy. You can change your tires, you can change your rotors, change your bearings, all stuff like that, all with just this stuff right here. And it's not too expensive, super handy to have. I keep saying that these things are important, and honestly they really are. This one has probably saved my butt more times than I can count, and it's a simple trickle charge or battery charger. Motorcycles have really small batteries, and living out here in Vegas, it gets really hot and it starts to mess with the batteries for whatever reason. And you walk outside after not riding it for a day or two and it doesn't start. But this, easy fix, or you can put it on the trickle charge for a little bit, and then you're good to go. And not just that, you have any of your friends that are over and they run into the same issue, you can easily haul this out to wherever they're at, or you can just throw it on any bike that it can fit on. Next one, ones that people don't already really think about, it is a chain breaker set. And this is, of course, only for people that have chain-driven bikes. This can punch the pin out of any chain, and it can also rivet chain links that have a rivet type master link. It was a $45 investment. I got it on sale at Cycle Gear. It was originally, I think, $80, and I have had this exact set for probably 3 years, 4 years, somewhere around there. And I've done countless chain jobs with this one tool. And if you ever get a quote, chain jobs are expensive. So if you can do it yourself, pick up this tool, especially if it's on sale. You can probably find it for cheap on eBay, and you'll save yourself a lot of money. Just about every single time I work on a motorcycle, I end up having to use this tool. And I'm trying to exclude basic hand tools, but I don't know if I really want to consider this a basic hand tool. Because 9 times out of 10, whenever someone has, these are called Allen sockets, they normally have these L keys. And I know you've seen this, everyone's seen this. Using this takes forever. Forever. And you can't always get in those tight spaces with this thing. And even if you can, your degree of movement is limited most of the time. But you get a handle one of these, for instance, something like this size would be right about here. You know, you can put an extension on that, get a ratchet, and go to town, or you can get a T-handle, and things will be done way faster. And I use this one right here every single time I work on a bike. This one is the most used. And I have standard and metric, so I can do pretty much anything. And it even goes up to big sizes, so if I have a yoke cap on top of the yokes on a motorcycle, normally this big one will fit it, and I'm good to go from there. Another must-have, something simple, yet again, is going to be a bottle opener. And I don't know if you can see, but this one that's been hanging all the time is actually a chain and sprocket bottle opener that I am pretty fond of, and kind of fits my garage pretty well. For instance, chain's stuck on it, and it has the bottle opener right there. Just get underneath, you're good to go. Keep it nearby because it's important. Alright, we finally made it. Last but not least, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree with me, the important thing is tool organization. And what I mean by that is a toolbox, like this one, for example. This is the second toolbox that I've ever gotten. I started off with a Kobalt double stack with a 3rd section edition. And after that got too full with tools, I knew I had to keep getting tools, so I was expanding. I had to upgrade. So I ended up getting this Husky, and I'm pretty happy with it. I have been for a couple years now. And I probably will upgrade one more time, because with every toolbox you have, you're going to want to have some space to grow, some empty drawers, so, you know, some empty space so you can fill up with tools. And I also want to make point, there was someone that mentioned that they wanted to see a toolbox tour, and I assure you it's coming soon. I just haven't had the time, and I want more tools, honestly, to make it look better, but I don't work with too many tools, but I get the job done regardless. But I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, let me know how I'm doing, and if you guys have any comments on the tools that I was showing you, if you've ever used them, tell me what your experiences are, and if you have any preferences on any tools that you think would help me out, let me know. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.